Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming. Grab yourself a cup, we're jumping into Watch Your Realms and it's finally done. Finally got round to bothering to do stage 6 of the boss. This was the team I went in with. We can just go over it quickly now. I've got defense down, Volka attack down really more than anything else, and some other bits. Some Wukong is a DPS, one healer because you've only got one platform based unit, so bring your best healer along. I've gone with a spare couple of tanks and we'll cover that while we go in there. Range DPS, close DPS, and then sort of an explosive DPS. So I mean, just different ways to kill the mobs, and we'll cover there, and Decimus as well. Okay, so that's what we've gone in with. Right, so that's the team we've got. Let's jump into the fight and sort of get this done and dusted then. So let's where do I need to be? About here. Do us all going well. Shrink ourselves down a bit. There we go. DPS goes straight in. Some we've got. Fantastic. I put Torador down next, but depending on sort of how you feel or what you're doing, you may need to wait. He is expensive. And then we go in with Elowyn. And then after that, we're waiting for our 17 cost. We can get our ranged fighter down. So put down any ranged fighter that you want, or anyone to reach over there. If you've got someone, put them down to take out those. And if they're strong enough to take them out, brilliant. If not, use one of the other strategies we use for the other mobs. There, okay. Now, other than that, it's just a straight spank on the fight. If we have a look just above my head, it says phase 1, and then just above that there's a countdown. There's a clock. At the moment it reads 1 minute and a bit, and that's slowly counting down, so you have to get that done before we hit the yellow mark over there on the boss. That's phase 1. Then there's a separate countdown for phase 2, and then finally there's another countdown for phase 3. So now we've got Volka down as well. She's just going to help out. She's going to put down for us, and then we can see the next spawn has appeared just up here. Now there's 4 places things can spawn. They can spawn on that far left, the next lane across, and then you've got the same on the far right hand side and one in. And it's sort of random where they appear, which is a bit of a nightmare. I don't really like that. It sort of leaves a bit of RNG for them, for how we kill stuff and what we do with it. Now this is arguably my favourite way to kill mobs. I absolutely love this. It's fantastic. So what we do is we put down our mob here who's going to explode in. He's going to explode and leave poison on the ground. There we go, there's poison on the ground. And then afterwards what we do is we put a tank down there, if we can get to him in time. There we go, and he stops the mobs going anywhere, and then they just sit in the poison. And it's a nice little way to kill them, nice little way to do some AoE DPS. Okay, so there's that way to kill people as well. Then we can recall our tank. Wherever you get a chance, recall people. Now something else that's just happened here, we've put our ranged fighter. Our ranged fighter came back off cooldown, and we've put her down at the back row on the far right. Okay, don't take up the middle slot. So far right, far left wouldn't be an issue, and then they can still hit the boss. Okay, they've got enough range to do that. Just be aware that's happening. Now the next thing we've got to happen is the boss cast thing. He's gone into phase 2. The boss casts this Tempest Cataclysm. Now what he's going to do is he removes someone off the battlefield and replaces them with a cyclone there as well. Okay, so what we do, this is why we want Decimus there and why we want Volka. We've got this very short cooldown window which times in well with him. We're going to place him down at the front because he targets the person nearest, so gets placed down at the front. That's all good. And then what we're doing is we're waiting for that cast bar to finish, and then what we're going to do is you watch the boss's right hand. When it starts to have a ball in there, a glowing ball, then we recall. So there's the glowing ball, then we recall someone. You can sort of see the cyclone goes down and then it disappears because there's no one there. Okay, if there's someone there for them to remove, the cyclone stays there permanently and takes up a slot. The other way to kill the mobs coming down on the other side is to put a tank down there and a fighter overarching over the top of them. Okay, so that's another way to do it. Now, we're firing off our ultimates as we go. This Tempest Keeper's come round again, but just in time for Decimus. Decimus goes down. We wait for the glowing right hand of the boss, and as soon as we see it, we then recall Decimus again. Okay, it's the same thing. It happens very frequently. so that's why we want the Decimus. It's just much easier for us to use him. Now we're waiting on a couple of other things to happen. We've got 1 minute left of phase 2. Okay, 1 minute left. We trigger off the ultimates where we can. It gets a little bit tight for Decimus. You see he's almost straight down and then almost straight away recall. Where we can, we fire off some ultimate. We've still got a ranged fighter at the bottom right dealing off some DPS for us. All good. Now we're waiting for Regulus. Regulus is absolutely awesome. He goes down on the back row in the middle. He is very important for us. Okay? Very important. So next is Decimus coming around again. We keep an eye on that. In phase 2, once we've got rid of the mobs on the right hand, on the sides coming down, life becomes much easier. And just use our Decimus trick whenever time comes around, and we keep our DPS going. If you want to place more DPS down, go for it. If you don't think you need to, don't worry about it. Okay? Don't over egg your DPS or use up all your summons when you don't have to. If you can get away with the bare minimum, absolutely go for that. I've got another 20 seconds left. I use the little trick to make sure you put your Wood Elf down and then recall her just to get some coins back. It's a little coin cost regeneration. It only costs 5 to put them down. I think you get about 8 back when you recall them. So there's a net positive of 3 coins there every time you do it. It's just a little trick if people are curious what's going on there. Now we're getting right to the end. The boss is almost going into phase 3. You can see up there we've got about 5 seconds left just as we tick over, and there we go, we've hit phase 3. The boss does this big whirlwind thing. Now important, do not use any ultimates. You're doing no damage to the boss at the moment. Okay, you've got the last 30% of the boss to do. You would do no damage when he's in this whirlwind stage. Do not use your ultimates. Just save him up. Save them up, bide your time. You're not taking any damage. You're not so realistically net positive for you. You are just building up ultimates. Once he's released from that, we can let loose on our ultimates. All good. Now the boss then does a little. His ability in this phase is he lets loose this this cyclone. It does massive damage to everyone. This is where Regulus comes in for us, and we're holding off Elowyn. Ultimate, and we're holding off our Wood Elf. So here it is, Lightning Cascade. This is what's going to do the big damage from the boss, and this is what we want to mitigate. That's why Regulus comes in so good for us. Okay, so we pop his shield. Now he is shielding up everyone in that front line for us. Okay, he's taking all that damage, but I don't mind if he dies. That's not so much of an issue. What I mind about is other people dying. But there we go. So we've got attack down or damage being done down on the boss. We've got Regulus cooking off his shield. We've got Elowyn doing all the heals, and we've got the Wood Elf down as well. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, really good. He's a solid tank to slot in there just to help everyone out and help everyone survive. Okay, but we motor through that. We take that one big hit from the boss, and we've still got all our DPS there, so we can easily take down the boss. We've also got all our other people who kill the lanes for us as well. So we have the tank and the overarching fighter on one side, and we've still got our Decimus and AoE on the other side. I keep Elowyn going just because she's got that ranged Wood Elf thing, so I can keep that going if I need to. I don't think I timed this particularly well, but it works, and feel free to time it somewhat better yourself when you give it a whirl. In future, looking back, I could have probably called off some other people earlier. There he goes. He goes down. No great shakes. Just let them take a damage, and then we put Decimus down at the last possible moment. Remember, he's going to have that unyielding for 8 seconds after they kill him. That's sort of second or two while they kill him, and then 8 seconds of unyielding. Then they've got to walk through the poison, and they die before they get to the end. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. That was it done. That was my run. Regulus for phase 3. I can't rate him enough. Absolutely fantastic. He is the key for me for getting that phase 3 part done. The rest of it is just sort of timing. The first part is more RNG based, that phase 1, over where the mobs are going to come for you, and then the other part of it, phase 2, is just timing up your Decimus. That's no great shakes. Anyone can sort of do that, and making sure you've got enough DPS for the countdown. Remember, the countdown timer is just above. Then phase 3, Regulus, you put him down as soon as he's available. You let him just wait for his ultimate there, Then when it's available, boom, you pop that in phase 3 and he shields everyone for that big boss damage. Then fire off any healing ultimates you've got or any other mitigate. All going really well, I feel. So yeah, not that bad, quite good. Regulus, fantastic, along with obviously Sun Wukong, but we already know that, okay? But there we go, that's it done and dusted. Thank you very much for your time. If you could leave me the old thumbs up, like and subscribe, would help me out massively. And I'll see you all in a video again soon. Rest of the week, I think we are doing Gear Dungeon 2, and we're pushing on the stages there as well, okay? Right, cheers, goodbye.